Alright, so I am doing a reaction. I got permission from Altex to react to his 2019 movie tier list. I got permission from him, so basically, I already did my 2019 tier list. People seem to really enjoy it, and I enjoyed making it. Now, I did forget some movies. Hopefully, those movies will be in Altex's list. He really doesn't forget any movies, and I want to clarify that I want to thank Altex for, you know, helping me. I honestly thought Bad Boys for Life was a 2019 movie. It was a 2020 movie at the time when I put it in a tier list. I honestly thought it came out December of last year, but it came out in January of this year. So I got it mixed up. But at least you guys know where I would put Bad Boys for Life. That was my mistake, and I want to apologize for that. So thank you, Altex, for making me realize that I put a 2020 movie in the list. But I'm very excited to react to this guy's tier list. Me and him disagree with a lot with certain movies. I know I'm probably going to disagree with his tier list. I have not seen this video yet, so I already gave it a like because he's my friend, and no matter what his opinions are, I'm always going to support him and have his back. He's like family to me. So let's see what he has in his tier list.
Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I thought, you know what, now that I've caught up on some films I missed last year, just a few ones there, that I can now go back and look at the 2019 films, and I'm going to put them into tiers. I've got top 10, 11 to 30, 31 to 50, 51 to 65, and then the worst films of the year.
Yeah, so he has way more fucking movies than I do. Like, he has way more. Which is a good thing. I mainly put the ones that I thought were very much worth noting. I'm not going to deny I did forget some movies, but yeah, he has a lot more, so this video is probably going to be long, but I hope you guys do enjoy it. The way I'm going to do this is that every time he puts a movie in a tier, I'm going to listen to why he put it there, and I'm going to see if I agree or disagree and explain why I agree and disagree with it. And if I haven't seen the movie, I'll just say I haven't seen the movie, so yeah.
So I'm going to put them all in there. I've got 77 films that I saw last year that I'm going to put into tier list. So I'm not going to ramble on about the films too much. So I'm going to try and roll through this. So let us know in the comments yours below. Give us a like, subscribe, and let's get into this video. Okay, welcome to today video. I've already done the intro. I don't need to do it again. Okay, so we're going to start off with John Wick 3. Now, John Wick 3 for me is going to go into the 11:30 period. That's where I'm going to put him.
Alright, I already disagree with one, but I'm going to listen to why you put it there.
I'm going to put it's in that category of films for me. Great action.
Okay, he didn't really go over it much. He did say that he's just going to quickly go over it for time, but yeah, no, I disagree with that. I put John Wick in my S tier movies of last year. It was a phenomenal movie, well shot, well directed, gorgeous looking movie, just absolutely stunning, just a stunning looking movie. It shows that these type of movies have a long lasting stay in cinema. It really does, especially if you get people who know what they're doing behind the camera. It shows what they can do with sequels and how well sequels can do, and to me the third one really did top the other two. So I would have put it in my top 10, but this is his list. But yeah, I already do disagree with one.
Life of Pets, I'm putting in this one here, 51 to 65. Wasn't as good as the first one, and it just kind of bored me. Cold Pursuit.
Okay, so I do agree to an extent with Secret Life of Pets 2. I watched it. I just didn't think it was that major enough to put in my list. How I feel about that movie is it was unfunny as shit, and I just did not give a damn about that fucking movie. I was very forgettable. I watched it once. I'm like, I don't remember nothing about this fucking movie. Like, nothing. Like, I remember the first movie. I don't remember the second movie. If it was my list, I would have put it in worst films. Because the worst thing you could do is make it forgettable. And that's what this one, it was just forgettable. It was a forgettable experience. And I'm not going to probably rewatch the movie. So, that's how I feel about Secret Life of Pets 2. I would have put it in my worst.
I'm going to put in the middle tier here, 31 to 50. I think it's a decent film. It's a decent film. I had no problems with it. I actually quite enjoyed it. Joe.
All right. So I 100% agree with this first pick. Cold Pursuit was a good movie. It's nothing that's going to blow you away in terms of action movies and all that. It's definitely a well-crafted, movie with Liam Neeson in it. But, it's it's nothing that's gonna blow you away. We've seen it 100 times. This one was done decently well. I wouldn't say over like exceptionally well. It was done decently. It's no John Wick, but it's a good movie. I think I put it in my B or C. I think it was B tier. I put Cold Pursuit in my B tier.
Joker, to me, was like the best film of the year last year, so it sits in the top 10. So, if I think it's the best film of last year, then it has to be at the top 10. Add.
I 100% agree. Joker would easily go. It is easily my top 10 of last year. It was. I don't think it's my favorite. As I stated, The Lighthouse is my favorite film of last year, but Joker would easily be in my top five. Um, Todd Phillips took a lot of inspiration from Martin Scorsese and crafted this phenomenal movie about, a person with this disorder who's, going, he's going through a lot, and he just snaps. And I loved the movie, so I do think it deserves top spot. I will 100% agree with that.
Astra. I'm putting in the 11:30. Look, most people are going
Oh,
to say, "Oh, that's a boring
oh
film."
no.
Yes, it can be boring, but I like that film a lot, and I like Brad Pitt in
Oh,
it. So,
oh no. At Astra. So I've watched it, and again, I thought it was not significant enough to put on my list. It has the same problem the Secret Life of Pet has to me. This one bored me. It was not interesting. It was very forgettable. I remember nothing about this movie. I saw it in theaters and I walked out very unimpressed. And then, literally a day later, I was like, I don't remember nothing about this fucking movie. It was just, to me, a very much a snooze fest. It would easily go in my bottom tier.
suck it. It's going there. Aladdin. And you know what? I'm putting Aladdin in there too. I like this remake. I thought it was great. I thought Will Smith was great. I actually thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed this film.
Really? The live action Aladdin is above Cold Pursuit and is on the same level as John Wick Chapter 3. Altex, buddy, I need to know. Are you fucking trolling? I really need to fucking know. The live action Aladdin with Will Smith. Oh, okay. So I have a certain disdain for the new Aladdin. I absolutely think it's atrocious. It was one of the worst films of last year. It was nothing original. It, to me, was like, people wonder why I don't like remakes. Aladdin is a good example of a remake that had people behind it that just did not fucking care. It was because the original animated version of Robin Williams is so classic, and it's like, that's perfect. We didn't need another fucking Aladdin. And it's the same situation with the movie Dumbo and Beauty and the Beast. It didn't need that remake, and this one didn't, and it was fucking atrocious. Dude, I would easily put this in bottom tier, dude. Fuck this movie.
Alita Battle Angel. You know what? It has its problems, but I'm putting it in 31 to 50. It has its problems. The love story is not that good. It's not that good. But Alita as a character is fan-freaking-tastic. The visuals are absolutely stunning. I actually really like Alita Battle Angel.
Altex. I'm agreeing with some, but I'm heavily disagreeing with others, and this is one of them. Alita Battle Angel was boring as fuck. There's a I forgot to put certain movies in my tier list, Aladdin and all that, but Alita Battle Angel I would have put in C tier. It's just middle of the road. I don't think it's nothing fucking special. I I would probably watch it again if I was with my girlfriend. She wanted to watch it, but I did not care for this fucking movie at all.
Actually do. Always Be My Maybe. You know what? This was actually a really, really pleasant surprise, and it's going in 31 to 50. I think it's a decent film. It was funny, entertaining, had no problems with it.
I have never seen Always Be My Maybe. I may check it out someday, but I have never seen it, so that's the first one I haven't seen yet.
Angel Has Fallen. It's going to go in that middle category as well. It's fun, entertaining. Don't have any major problems with it. It's just going to sit there.
Haven't seen it.
Angry Birds 2 is going to go in the same category. I didn't mind it. Didn't mind it at all. I actually quite enjoyed it. Leo liked it as well, so can't blame. Endgame.
Okay. So, I didn't see this, but I have a reason. When the first Angry Birds movie came out, I just didn't care. At that point, I was like, why? Do we really need Angry Birds movie? And I watched it, and I fucking hated it, so I refused to watch the sequel. And from what I heard, the sequel is not even as good as the first one, so yeah, I skipped that one, Chief. I skipped that one.
I'm putting Endgame in the 11 to 30 period. I'm putting it in there. It's a great ending to the Infinity Saga, and I quite thoroughly enjoyed it, so I'm putting it there.
Alright, so I would have put Endgame in my top 10 because I honestly thought it was a great closure to a cinematic universe in terms of how it was done and how it was written and how they ended the two characters, Iron Man and Captain America's stories. I thought it was very beautiful. And they ended Black Widow's story very beautifully as well. I honestly enjoyed it a lot. I would have put it in my top 10, but 11 through 30 ain't bad. I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, I'm not outraged by this decision.
Brightburn. I did like Brightburn. I'm putting it in the middle tier. I did like it. I had no problems with it. For a film that's made on $7 million, it actually was quite decent. So yeah.
Okay, so you guys know how I feel about Brightburn. I'm a big fan of Brightburn. I wouldn't put it in my S tier. I think I put it in my A tier movie. It was a really surprisingly good movie in terms of the budget they had. They did a lot with that budget, and I think all the actors did a phenomenal job in this movie, including Elizabeth Banks. As much as I don't care for her, she did a pretty good job in Brightburn. It really brings this interesting concept to they could expand this universe to where this universe could be a major thing, and it could be a pretty expansive universe if they work on. So hopefully they do a universe on Brightburn. But I would have put it a little bit higher. I would have put it in my 11 through 30 if I was doing the same style tier list as he's doing. But I honestly would have put it in my 11 through 30. But again, this is his list.
Captain Marvel, in the same boat. Had no problems with it. It's good. It's a decent film. Had no problems, so it goes there. Child's Play.
I disagree. To me, this is the worst film in Phase 3. I think it's fucking boring. There's nothing really special about this movie. I think Brie Larson's acting is very static and like very wooden. The CGI ranges from good just to okay. And the story is kind of like it's a snooze fest type of story. I really did not care for it. I would have put it in my 51 through 65. I wouldn't put it necessarily in my worst, but it would be near the worst.
It's one of the worst films of the year.
God damn it.
Absolutely fucking despise this film. It looked shit. It was just terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Okay, so I guess it's time for me to defend Child's Play. So in my tier list, I did put Child's Play near the top. And the reason for that is that I'm a big Child's Play guy. And I know the history behind this movie. Don Mancini said no, he wouldn't lend his name to the movie. I just don't fucking care for Don Mancini. I think Don Mancini is a jackass in real life. But I did go against my own rule, that if the director says no to, them remaking a movie, they shouldn't do it. But here's the thing, Don Mancini didn't say no to them remaking it. He said no to him lending his name to it. So he did say go ahead and do it since he does own the rights to Child's Play. He just wouldn't lend his name to it. So he did give permission to do it. But in terms of how the movie is, it's very different, it's very unique, and that's why I like it. I like the idea of Chucky being an animatronic doll, and a programmer is so pissed at his company that he works for that he programs it to do everything it's not supposed to do. And the only thing I really have a major issue with, and what made it, I think, go in A tier, was the doll's design. I think the doll's design was absolutely atrocious. But to me, everything else worked. I do love the horror in it. I do love the comedy in it. I love Mark Hamill as Chucky. I think he did a fantastic job voicing the character. And I think all the other actors, including Audrey Plaza, did a fantastic job in the movie. So, I'm a defender of this movie.
Dark Phoenix, you can join Child's Play as well. As an X-Men fan, it hurts me to do that, but it was so bad. Like, it just... it hurt me so much. Dragon Ball Super...
All right, I do agree. Dark Phoenix was garbage. There ain't nothing much I can say. I didn't even bother putting it on my tier list. I didn't want to get the fucking film a time of day. It was dog shit. The movie is fucking dog shit.
Broly is going in my top 10. I absolutely love that film. I love it. It's the best Dragon Ball film. It is just so good. So good.
Okay, so I know Altex, and he's my friend. He's a big Dragon Ball fan, and I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z as a kid, and I did watch Broly. I did watch it, and I would not put it in my top 10. I would have put it in my 11 through 30 easily. But for me, my top 10 is reserved for films that I think are absolutely flawless. There's nothing wrong with them. And Broly did have issues for me that I may do a separate review for the movie for. But I did have issues with Broly. And I would not put it in my S tier. But, it's his list. And I understand why he put it there. My friend Tyler, he loves the movie. But for me, as a guy who loves animation movies and all that, I just didn't. I had a lot of problems with Broly, so maybe one day I'll do a separate review for it. Who knows? But I do sort of disagree with that. I would have put it in my 11 through 30.
Lion King. I'm putting actually here. I actually really like The Lion King. I had no problems with it. It looked great. It looked great. You can't deny it. It looked absolutely fucking stunning. There was a bit, the Beyonce song that I didn't really thought fit in there, but I'm going to put it in there.
Alright, so again, this one to me suffers the same issues as the latter remake. I did not think it needed to be made. We already have. It's basically a shot for shot remake of The Lion King. I will agree the CGI looks phenomenal, but honestly, both movies are similar. And if I had to choose, I'd rather watch the animated than the CGI one, just because the animated one is so legendary and such a classic and is perfect. And I don't mind Jon Favreau doing what he did. I would have put it in my 31 through 50 tier. I would have put it middle of the road. It's a middle of the road film. But put it near my. I would not put it near my top tier like he did. But again, it's just opinions. But I do disagree with that.
Yeah. Doctor Sleep, you can join that club as well. So Doctor Sleep, I thought was actually a really good sequel to The Shining, and I actually had really, really fun with it as well. So it's gone there.
I honestly thought that movie was gonna be garbage, but I was pleasantly surprised when I watched it. It was really fucking good. I never thought the sequel to The Shining would be as good as it was. I would probably put it in my S tier in my top 10, but I actually don't mind its placement in 11 through 30. It's a really fucking good movie if you haven't seen it.
Peanut Butter Falcon, after watching it, it's going in my top 10. I really like it. Shia LaBeouf is actually really, really good in there. Zach's character is great as well. Dakota Johnson is really good. It's actually a really good film.
And you're welcome. I'm just playing. I was bugging him to watch that movie, The Peanut Butter Falcon. I'm so glad he finally did, and it went in his top 10. That movie does deserve the top 10. The movie was absolutely beautiful, well shot, well crafted, well written, and Shia LaBeouf gave the performance of his life, in my opinion. He did a phenomenal job in this movie, and I'm so glad he put it in his top 10.
All right, Hobbs and Shaw. I'm putting Hobbs and Shaw in there. Some shit that happens in this is just like Fast and Furious logic. Fast and Furious logic. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had no real big problems with it. So
Hobbs and Shaw, I think I put it in my A tier. I think it's my B or A tier, but nevertheless, I think A or B tier would be perfect for this, which is equivalent of 11 to 30, 31 to 50. I did personally enjoy Hobbs and Shaw. It was a big fucking surprise. It was better than Fate of the Furious, no doubt, and I would put this near the top of some of my favorite Fast and the Furious films. It was really well done, and I'm so glad they got the Deadpool 2 director to do it. So,
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood goes in there. I actually really liked that film as well. I thought it was heartfelt. It was great. Tom Hanks was great. He did deserve an Oscar nomination for it, and yeah, I had no.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is one of my favorite Tom Hanks films. He did as a great Mr. Rogers. I would have put it in my top 10. The movie is just so emotional and so heartfelt. It makes your heart melt. It really does. And I just think the movie is fucking flawless. I love It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It was just such a good movie.
No problems with it. Dumbo, one of the worst films. Lifeless.
Yes.
Absolutely fucking lifeless. There's nothing. No. That really, really, really annoyed me.
Yes, 100% fucking agree. Dumbo did not need to happen either. It was just one of those cash grab type situations. The movie wasn't clever. To me, is the worst out of the like CGI slash live action remakes. It's easily the worst. I'm so glad he put it in his worst films. It definitely does deserve it. It was just a hollow shell of its original source material film, Dumbo.
El Camino, look, a Breaking Bad film. I actually found this more entertaining than Breaking Bad itself. I put it in 51 to 65. It's decent. It's not like the top of tiers, but it was alright. I was invested in Jesse, so why not?
You guys know I'm a big Breaking Bad fan. I didn't put El Camino on this list because I was going to do a separate video explaining the brilliance behind El Camino, and I wanted to save it the praise for that video. But if you guys want to know, it would have been in my S tier. El Camino was Vince Gilligan's way to conclude the story of Jesse Pinkman, and to me, it's on par with the TV show. It was very well written and very beautiful shots in the movie. Aaron Paul knocks it out of the park as his character Jesse Pinkman does a fantastic job with the role, and it's just a beautiful fucking movie. And I do see where he's coming from. He's not a big Breaking Bad fan. He tried to watch it, and I completely understand. If he didn't like it, but to me, it would have been in my S tier. It's a phenomenal fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, if you're a big Breaking Bad fan like I am, I think you would absolutely fucking love El Camino.
Eli from Netflix. You know what? This was actually a decent film, and the twist was really, really good. I didn't actually expect it to go down that route, so I had no problems with it. I'm putting it in there as well.
I have yet to watch Eli, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I am definitely going to check it out, and since Altex said it was pretty good, I may check it out tonight. I just recently repaid my Netflix bill, so I may check it out. I have yet to watch it, so.
Ford v Ferrari. That's in my top 10. Absolute fucking stunning, stunning film. So good, and I really, really, really enjoyed that film.
100% agree. Ford v Ferrari was fucking phenomenal. It's surprising that I am agreeing with something. Me and him don't normally agree on a lot, but I think me and him are agreeing on more than what me and J Fighter agree on. But yeah, Ford v Ferrari was a great fucking film by James Mangold. Beautiful, great acting, great cinematography, just a wonderful fucking film. And it was in my S tier for that reason.
Frozen 2 goes down here. I don't think it was as good as the original, and Anna was just a whiny little bitch in it too. So, Gemini Man.
I did not watch Frozen 2 until this year, and I hate Frozen. When Frozen came out, all you heard was Let It Go, and I watched the movie to see what all the hype was about, and I absolutely fucking hated it, every second of it. When Frozen 2 came out, I didn't go see it in theaters, but I watched it on Disney, through Vudu, not Disney, but through Vudu, and I hated it more than the first one, so it would have went in my worst films. It's fucking atrocious to me.
Man, I have to put it in one of the worst films. It's just... the CGI, everything about it was just...
Altex, me and you agree on something else. I 100% agree. Gemini Man was so fucking bad. To the point where it's forgettable enough to be not put on my tier list. I only put movies that were memorably good or memorably bad on my tier list. The movies that I thought were worth the attention of being really good or really bad. And Gemini Man was just so forgettable. I don't know why Will Smith decided to do this type of movie. It was just absolutely boring, and I didn't have any fun with that movie.
And it's just, besides Will Smith, there was just nothing really to like about that film. So, Glass, I'm putting in here. I didn't like the ending of Glass. Like, the first build-up bit was great, and then the ending was just absolutely trash. So it's got to go. It's got to go down there.
Yeah, if I would put Glass on my list, it would go in the same. It would have been in C tier. I do agree with the criticism too. The ending was fucking atrocious, and what they did with a certain character, it's pretty bad. So, I again, I agree. I'm surprised I agree with as much as I do right now. I'm agreeing a lot.
Godzilla King of the Monsters. One of the worst films ever. 15 minutes of just Godzilla fighting the monsters. The rest of it on human characters that I do not give a two fucking shits about. Fucking hurt me. Good Boys.
Okay, I don't agree with it being the worst film ever. I do not agree with it. It's not as good as it could have been. We were promised Mothra, we were promised Godzilla and Mothra battling it out, and we barely got it. It was, I don't say it was shit. I think the acting in the movie was great. I think the CGI was really well done when you got to see Godzilla. They really wanted to focus more on the human characters, and that was their major downfall. I would have put it in my 51 through 65. It's not horrible, it's just disappointing. Like, it's the teacher that says, I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed. And that's how I felt about Godzilla. That's how I felt about it.
I actually really like Good Boys. Absolutely hilarious. Had so much fun with it. So it goes in that tier there. Happy Death Day.
Alright, so Good Boys, I did not think it was as funny as The Long Shot, which I hope is on this list. I hope he did wind up putting it on this list. But yeah, Good Boys, I found to be okay. I wouldn't say it was like hilarious or anything. It was just kids being vulgar for humor, which to me it worked sometimes, didn't work on the other times. So, um, yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Day 2, I'm going to put here. It was decent. It was alright. It was alright. It's not one that I'm going back and rushing back to rewatch. So, Hellboy.
Alright, Happy Death Day is a movie I defend. People give it a lot of shit because, you know, it was horribly advertised. I'm a big fan of the Happy Death Day franchise. I think Happy Death Day 2U was even better than the first one in my opinion. I loved Happy Death Day 2U. I would have put it in my A tier. I think it did go in my A tier, like, easily. I think it was in either A or S tier. But man, I really did enjoy Happy Death Day 2U. So I guess I'm again one of the few defenders of this movie.
One of the worst films as well. Absolutely fucking trash of a film. Absolute trash. So much wrong with that film.
Again, I guess I'm gonna be a defender of Hellboy. I know it's garbage, and I knew fans wasn't gonna like it, but I had fun with it, and I had a lot of enjoyment throughout Hellboy 2019. So I did put it in my my B tier. I didn't put it in A or S tier. I put it in the middle, and I think to me, you know, the film deserved that. I personally did enjoy the movie, so it's a shame that people hate it as much as they do, but I get enjoyment out of it. So
Hustlers, I'm gonna put here. It was a decent film. Decent
I've never
film.
seen it.
I thought Jennifer Lopez was good. It was fun. It was like, you know, one of those films. It was good. Into the Tall Grass goes in here. This was one of the most wackiest, fucked up films I've ever seen. Like, not like
Never
gross
seen
fucked
it.
up, just weird, sci-fi, fucking hard to follow movie that I was just kind of like, what the fuck's going on? That's why I'm going to put it there. It Chapter 2, look, I'll probably get hate for this, but to me, it was the most disappointing film of them all, and I can't watch it again. It's just so boring and just so repetitive in the middle, and just the ending, I fucking hated the ending. Just, I didn't like It Chapter 2.
Alright, so Edge Chapter 2 I heavily disagree with. I liked it. I don't like it as much as the first movie. I do not like it as much as the first movie. But I think it was a good enough sequel, and I thought the movie was interesting. It had a great story to it. I love the adult actors they chose to play the adult versions of the kids, especially Bill Hader's Richie. I thought did a phenomenal job with that character, and James McAvoy did a fantastic job as Bill. Um, it's a shame people don't like the movie as much as I like. I like it. I don't think it's like amazing or anything. I'd put it in B. I think I did put it in A or B tier. I did enjoy It Chapter 2, so I mean that's just me. But you know, again, it's his opinion.
I love the first It, and that one hurt me so much. The trailers looked good and everything. Maleficent 2 goes there. Had no real problems with
God.
it. Marriage Story, the second best film in my opinion of the.
Okay. Okay. Maleficent 2 was fucking garbage. I hated it so much. I hate both of those fucking movies with a passion. I hate them. And Marriage Story, yeah, I would put in my S tier. I didn't want to. I'm waiting to do another tier list for Netflix movies and all that. So that's why you didn't see any Netflix stuff on there, or else you would have seen El Camino on there and all that. I'm waiting to do another tier list for Netflix movies.
the year, just absolutely fantastic. Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver deserved Oscar nominations. Adam Driver, I was my second behind Joaquin Phoenix to win it. Absolutely fantastic. Midsommar, fuck you, Midsommar. Insulted my intelligence, insulted everything. It goes in the worst film.
I 100% disagree. I put Midsummer in my S tier. You guys know I'm a huge A24 guy. I love those movies to death. They really let their directors go all out with their films. I think Midsummer was easily one of their best films. Midsummer was a very gorgeous looking film with an interesting concept, and I think they knocked it out of the park with that. And I love the journey they take you throughout the film, and it's to me one of the most gorgeous and cinematic films out the A24 library, and it's one of the most interesting concept wise. So I put in my S tier for that reason.
Murder Mystery. It made me laugh. It's not the best Adam Sandler film, but it's not the worst either, and I actually quite enjoyed it, so fuck you all. It's going in that one.
I did watch Murder Mystery, and it's my favorite Adam Sandler Netflix movie. I would have put it in my B or A tier, but we're going to get to my Netflix stuff when I do my other tier list. I cannot wait to do my other tier list. So, you're going to see my 2019 Netflix stuff.
47 Meters Down. Oh my gosh, this was the worst film of the year. This was one of the worst films. Like, it's to bottom two. Just absolutely everything wrong with it.
And people wonder why I don't think Jaws should be remade. Movies like this are the reason why Jaws should not be fucking remade. 47 Meters Down Uncaged was easily probably one of the worst fucking films of the year. It was horrible looking, atrocious when it comes to writing, cinematography, and character development and story. It was just all fucking awful, and people wonder why I don't want Jaws remade.
Men in Black International. I'm gonna put it there. I don't think it's one of the worst films of the year, but it is fucking bad. It is bad. Booksmart. Now.
Yeah, I would put Men in Black on the worst movies. It was fucking atrocious. It was awful. I fucking hated it. Every second of it. It was me wanting to jump out a fucking window.
Booksmart to me is one of the most underrated films of the year.
Haven't seen it.
And it goes in there. Absolutely fantastic. Olivia Wilde was fantastic in her directorial debut, however you say the fucking word, I can't speak. Absolutely fantastic. I thought it was one of the most underrated films of the year. Extremely Wicked, Shocking and Vile. The Ted Bundy film goes in there. Zac Efron was great. Had no problems with it. I thought it was actually quite decent. And yeah, I didn't mind it. Lego 2, I'm going to put in there as well. I actually liked this one on par with the first one. Have no problems with it.
Yeah, Lego Movie 2 was just to me a lot. It was a good sequel, just not as good as the first one. But I do agree with where you put it.
Danger Close, Battle of Long Tan. So for me, nope, it doesn't go in there. For me, this is in my top 10. I actually really, really like Danger Close, Battle of Long Tan. An Australian war film, absolutely fantastic. So much mateship, so much, just everything that you want in a war film was there. It was.
No, I haven't seen this, but Altex, Alex, he's messaged me on Facebook a lot, and he's told me about this film. I will watch it one day when I have the time, because I got a lot of movies to fucking go through and watch, and, I will give it a shot. If it's as good as it says it is, then I will praise it, but if I don't enjoy it, Altex, I'm sorry, I gotta criticize it.
Very, very good. Crawl, I'm going to put Crawl up in here. Crawl was actually surprisingly quite good. I enjoyed it. It's a B-grade horror film. The effects aren't the best, but hey, I still thought it was actually entertaining.
I put Crawl in my S tier because I fucking enjoyed it. Like, that was such a good movie. I easily would rewatch that movie over and over again. I do understand why you put it there. I put it in my S tier because I fucking loved it so much.
So I'm putting it there. 1917, we're going to move up here. Just give me 2 seconds. It goes in my top 10. Absolutely fantastic. Watch that in the theaters because the surround sound, everything like that makes you feel like you're the third person. It is fucking phenomenal how they shot that. Absolutely phenomenal.
So I'm waiting to do 1917 on a different war movie tier list as well because I got a bunch of tier lists ready to go and I want to do them. But if I put it on my 2019 list, which I know I should have, but I'm doing a separate tier list for war movies. That would have easily gone in S tier. It's a fantastic, it's beautifully crafted in terms of sound design, cinematography. It's just the direction of the movie by Sam Mendes, the director of Skyfall, was just absolutely gorgeous.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, I don't think it deserved an Oscar nomination, to be honest. I
Oh
don't think it
no,
did.
fuck
I'm
off.
putting it in the 11 to 30. I don't think it's Tarantino's best film. There's a lot of things that you could have cut out of it, like the driving and there. Just some shots that he.
Nope. No, 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 no. I'm gonna play PlayStation. No, 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 no. Okay. I understand that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is not one of Tarantino's best films. I've come to accept that. But it did deserve the Oscar. I do think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood deserved the Oscar, you know, way more than Marriage Story, in my opinion. It's a beautiful film, well written, well executed. You know, I I easily gave it, I think, like a 8.5 or like a 9 out of 10. I 100% disagree with that, man. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood definitely deserved the Oscar nomination.
Just wanted to put in there. Yeah, I don't think it's his best. I don't think it's Oscar worthy either. So that's just me.
I mean, you're the same guy who says Pulp Fiction is not good and Pulp Fiction is a fucking. I'm gonna stop.
Annabelle Comes Home. One of the worst films. It's like a horror house. Fucking shite. Um,
All right, so Annabelle Comes Home. I think I put in the C or B tier. I don't like it as much as Annabelle Creation. It's fine. It's nothing special. I know my girlfriend loves the movie, which my girlfriend loves the movie. She loves the movie. I'm not going to diss her taste in films, but it just wasn't for me. I'm more of a creation guy than a Annabelle Comes Home and Annabelle One guy. So
Rocket Man. Ooh, Rocket Man. I'm sick of fucking doing this. Oh, there we go. Figured it out. Rocket Man to me goes in there. Absolute fantastic. Taron was unlucky to not get an Oscar nomination because it was just so fucking packed this year. But it was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed that biopic.
I do agree. I think he should have gotten an Oscar nomination for his portrayal of Elton John. It was way better than Rami Malek, I think his name is, for Freddie Mercury and Bohemian Rhapsody. Way better. Way better. And I will always stand by the fact that Rocket Man will always be better than goddamn Bohemian Rhapsody. Fuck Bohemian Rhapsody. It was so garbage.
Shazam for me goes in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just had to make sure that because I'm going to put 20 in there. Shazam goes in there. Great. Loved it. Second favorite DC film. Bomb.
100% agree. Really liked it. Shazam was, to me, the best DCEU movies, better than Birds of Prey. Got a lot right in my opinion. So yeah, easily it goes in my it goes in A, or I think I put it in my S tier. I believe I liked it that much. So
Bombshell. I'm putting Bombshell in there as well. I actually really liked that film. Thought it was good. All the cast was brilliant. So
Bombshell, I did not care for. I thought it was a big snooze fest in my opinion. It was boring, but if you like it, then you like it. I would have put it in my worst films.
Jojo Rabbit. Oh gosh, this was phenomenal. Jojo Rabbit goes in my top 10. Absolutely fantastic. Just love it so much.
100% a fucking agree. I love Jojo Rabbit. It's Taika Waititi's best film in my opinion, and I cannot wait to see his sequel for Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder. I cannot wait.
Pet Cemetery, you can go in there because you're fucking trash. Point Blank.
100% agree. Thank you, Altex. Oh man, dude, Pet Cemetery was so garbage, dude. I fucking hated it. It was just not a good fucking movie.
Goes in here. It's a forgettable film, but it's not one of the worst.
Never seen it.
So I'm just putting it in there. Polar is the same as well. There's some great moments, but some moments that you kind of like, okay.
Never seen it.
Rambo. I actually don't mind Rambo. It's decent. It was everything I wanted from a Rambo film. That's what it is. It's a Rambo film. That's
I agree. I put it in my middle tier. I think it's fine. It's a good movie. It's just I don't think it's as good as the first Rambo or Rambo 4.
what I thought. Ready or Not. Look, this was a massive surprise as well, and it goes in there. Samara Weaving was fantastic in this. It was actually really, really good and entertaining. I had no fucking problems with it. Scary Story.
I agree again. Ready or Not was a big surprise. I put it higher. I think I put it in my S tier by just because of how surprised I was. Really great movie, really fun movie, just very entertaining movie. I 100% agree with you there.
Can go in here. I thought it was a good gateway to horror for the younger generation. So
100% disagree. There's a reason why I put that movie in my fucking worst movies of last year. It was so bland, and they could have done so much more with it. Yeah, I understand they're trying to introduce the younger generation to horror with this, just like how the book introduced the younger generation to horror. But here's the difference. That the books had an amazing small stories. That's what they're called, scary stories. It should have been an anthology film, in my opinion, to show how each abomination got started, how it was created, the victim it's killed. Do short stories, make it a 2.5 hour movie based on each and individual each and individual creatures from the Scary Stories books, and do a story revolving that. Like the spider one and is it. Do a 5-minute, 6-minute short about how, about this girl who thinks she just has a pimple and it turns out to be a fucking big zit filled with spiders. Do something like that. And then when you do the second Scary Stories, make a big movie combining all the elements. Like, do the big story for the second film, combining these creatures together. But it was very executed very poorly, and I just fucking hated it.
Shaft. You know what? Shaft goes in there as well. It was quite decent. I didn't have any problems with it.
I never seen it.
Spider-Man Far From Home goes in here. Absolutely love it. Second favorite Spider-Man of all time. Second favorite MCU film of all time. So it goes in there. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
I put mine in S tier. I love the fucking movie. That's my favorite Spider-Man movie ever made. In my opinion, it's my favorite one. Because to me, it just gets Peter Parker Spider-Man really well done. So it went in my S tier for that reason.
Skywalker, I'm putting in there as well. I actually did like Rise of Skywalker. So fuck you all. It's much better than.
Wow, man, hurtful. Fuck you too. I don't like the new trilogy. I think the new trilogy is absolutely fucking garbage. The only film that's memorable is The Force Awakens. Thank God we got Mandalorian. Thank you, God.
Last Jedi. Stuber goes in here. I actually didn't mind Stuber. I thought it was quite good. I thought it was funny. So good entertainment. Terminator.
Stuber, yeah. I did not care for it. It was unfunny. It was bland. I 100% disagree.
Dark Fate. Oh gosh. One of the worst films goes in there. The Curse of...
Yeah, for the people wondering why that movie wasn't on my tier list, let me tell you why. I just don't give a fuck enough to put it on there. It was awful. It would have been one of my worst films, let's be honest.
Lorona goes in there. It was decent. It wasn't like the best horror film or anything like that, so yeah.
Okay, I 100% disagree with that. Curse of La Llorona is an abomination in terms of horror films. Cheap, lazy jump scares left and right, no build up to any sort of tension. It's just quiet, jump scare, quiet, jump scare, quiet, jump scare. It's not interesting enough, and it's not unique enough. It's made from by the people who made The Conjuring, and I wish they would have done a lot more with Curse of La Llorona. It has the same problems to me as Annabelle Comes Home, but a lot worse.
The Irishman. Look, I think The Irishman is overrated. So I'm putting it in there. I think it's overrated. Too long. There's so much. They could have cut. They could have cut a lot.
Oh my god. Oh no, did this man just say The Irishman was overrated? Did this man just sit here and say The Irishman is overrated? Okay, Altex. Okay. The Irishman to me is Scorsese's second best film. To me, it doesn't top The Goodfellas. But for you to sit there and say it's too long, you gotta have patience with this type of movie. It's about character building and story, and it's trying to get you enthralled in this fucking universe, dude. I 100% disagree with that statement. The Irishman, to me, was one of the best films of last year. Again, the only reason why I was not in my top 10 2019 of last year is because I'm doing a Netflix separate video tier list for my Netflix stuff from last year. But The Irishman is one of the best films of last year. It was absolutely stunning and gorgeous and just intriguing, and I 100% disagree.
Scorsese didn't need to make that movie that long, so
They needed to make that movie that long so they can get all the character development in the movie. There's a reason. It has to have all that character building and development to make the story more rich and intriguing. If it was just an hour and a half to 2 hour movie, it would not work as well as it's being as long as it was.
The Kitchen, one of the worst films ever. One of the worst films ever. Oh my god,
Never seen it.
One of the worst directing performances I've ever seen. Absolutely fantastic. Fucking fantastically bad. Just so fucking bad. Red Sea Resort, I'm going to put in there. It was decent. I had no problems with it. So The Silence, I'm going to put in there as well. Absolutely didn't really mind it. You know, it was watchable. Tolkien, I'm actually going to put, how many have we got in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. I'm going to put Tolkien in there. I actually really did like that film. Nicholas Hoult was great. Lily Collins was great. I actually really enjoyed that story.
Oh, speaking of Altex, he just messaged me. Hold on. Okay.
Toy Story 4 goes in this one as well. My favorite Toy Story 4, favorite Toy Story one, so it goes in there.
Toy Story 4 to me is my third favorite Toy Story film. To me, it's still a S tier movie to me. Really enjoyed the movie. Had a great emotional story to it. Great story, great acting. Just I loved everything about it. So
Triple Frontier, I'm gonna put in here. Had no problems with it. Parasite, I mean, it won.
Haven't seen Triple Frontier. Been wanting to watch it.
An Oscar, and you know why. So, I mean, I don't need to do that. It's not in my top 10 though. That's just me. Us, I'm gonna put down.
Parasite, I agree. It's an A tier. I don't really get all the buzz about the movie. It's a great movie, but I don't think it's like S tier quality.
And here, the start of it was fantastic. The ending was just like, what
the
fuck?
Fuck off.
Yesterday, I'm gonna.
Fuck right the hell off. Hell no. Look, Us's ending may not have been as good as like Get Out, but Us is still a great fucking movie, dude. Like, you can fuck right the hell off, sir.
I'm gonna put in there. Really did like Yesterday.
Never seen it.
Quite entertaining. So, and Zombieland is in my top 10. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9! Well then, Parasite sneaks into my top 10, doesn't it? Parasite sneaks into my top 10, as does Zombieland 2.
Fuck right there. Okay. Zombieland Double Tap is just Zombieland 1. It's not original to me. It's just the same shit. They didn't do anything different. It's just the same fucking movie. And it reuses a lot of the same fucking jokes over and over again. And to me, it was just not as clever as the first one. So, 100% disagree with that. I disagree with probably a lot on this list. Altex did, he did a good job in this video, but dude, I disagree with a lot of this list. I disagree with a lot of this list. Yeah, sorry, man. I just disagree with a lot of this list.
So, yeah, so there you have it. That is my rankings of all the 2019 films I saw. So, I mean, obviously there's not going to be exact amount in there. I didn't realize there was that many bad films, so my bad. But let me know in the comments yours below. Give us a like, subscribe, and see you guys next video. Peace out.
Alright, well, that was Altex's movie, and I swear to God, emails keep coming in. Yeah, 100% disagree with that list. I disagree with a lot of that list. Maybe throw down my headset a couple of times. congratulations, Altex, you've done that. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Thank you, Altex, for letting me do this, and I'll talk to you guys next time.